Hi, everybody. It's your podcast sister, Lisa, coming to you from Cleveland, Ohio, and welcome to the show. If you like to discover new music, then you've come to the right place. This is where you'll meet singers, songwriters, and musicians who are living the dream and talking about it on Podcast System. On today's show, you'll be meeting Cali Tucker, country music artist and headline performer in Las Vegas to sold-out crowds. She'll be joining us to talk about her latest music, so get ready. Let's talk music. Hi, Cali. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show, and thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for
And
having me.
it's my pleasure. Cali, I have to start off by saying I love your voice.
Oh, thank you.
It's so relevant in today's country music with that blend of contemporary pop mixed with that R&B, and the two new singles that she released over the summer really capture that powerhouse Cali Tucker sound. So let's just dive right in and talk about those singles if we can.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you so much. I'm glad you love them. I love them, and they were really exciting to be
Oh,
able to release finally.
and they're just dynamic all the
They're
way
fun.
around. And the first song we're going to talk about is a single, Country Couture, that you released, I believe, in June.
Yes.
And tell us about that song. What's the story behind that song?
The story really is kind of the life that I've lived my whole life. As a kid, about 12 years old, I got into beauty pageants and started doing that, competing. And then, of course, after the pageant was done, I'd go out to the ranch and I'd put on my jeans and I'd go play with the horses, ride them, brush them, build bonfires, drive the truck around. It's kind of the lifestyle that I've always lived. And then moving to Vegas, it amplified it 10 times. So I'm playing these incredible venues. I'm wearing beautiful gowns and walking past, Dior and Hermes, and just, very bougie out there. It can be. And then, of course, I come home to Nashville, which is where my family still lives. And I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of gal, and we're building bonfires. We're doing manual labor. We're all hanging out on the ranch, So I live multidimensional lifestyle, and I'm a chameleon in that way. And I kind of always had started to coin the phrase, I'm so country couture,
Mm-hmm.
I've got I'm always going to be a country girl at heart, but I've got this bougie side that loves, high fashion and couture, garments and avant-garde and runway. So very, very glamorous, but I really do love the best of both worlds. And so I had to write a song about it. And making it my first release was really important because I wanted people to know my personality, and this just really showcases that. Even though we talk of the finer things in life, at the end of the day, to my core, I'm just a simple country gal that likes the simple life. So yeah, and the video was so much fun to make. And if you haven't seen it, you guys should check it out. It's really something. It was
Oh,
really fun.
it is. And that was going to be my second question, was that, Cali, you're very clever when you were writing the lyrics, so many catchy lines. When you're hearing the
Right.
song, you can visualize the story, but the video, you don't just stop with the song. You come out and you land with probably one of the best videos I've ever seen.
Oh my
It
gosh, are you
is
serious?
it the what you did, and I know that you were behind most of the creative approach, and you're very proud of that, and you should be. Tell our audience what went into some of those cool little stories that come out of that video.
Yes, my first music video, I knew it needed to be very exciting, and um, I wanted to also, implement elements of comedy, and I do that actually with all of my videos, but even more so with my live performances. So I was like, this is really important to me. Make sure that there's just an edge of humility and comedy involved in all this. And so we filmed it. It was a 2-day shoot in Las Vegas. We filmed the outdoor scenes with this beautiful 1951 Chevy pink truck. Oh my God, it's great. We were at actually a gun range North Las Vegas. And then the second scenes where there's a chandelier and all of that, it was actually filmed in the Tropicana back in October. It was on back in October of last year, and it is now not there. They demolished it. They're building
Wow.
a baseball field. So historically, I got to film in the Tropicana, and so that's very iconic for me now. That spot, and it's no longer there. But I wanted it to just be a lot of color, a lot of fashion, and the fact that I got to pull so many outfits from my past.
That was
Some of those
so
are what I
smart.
wore in the pageant, my mom's dresses, one
So
I wore at my
smart.
8th grade prom. It just felt so full circle to be able to utilize all these beautiful dresses. And from my mom having worn them, I wore them. It was really cool. And there was like 32 outfits total
Oh
that were
gosh.
supposed to be in the shoot, but because of editing purposes, we actually didn't get to use all 32 in the shots. But as you can tell, there's still quite a few.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's seamless the way you go back and forth from country to bougie to, bougie to country. And it's seamless. And I love too how you had the
thank
crown
you.
on your head for that one shot from, your Miss Teen USA days. And
Yeah,
the
that's the real
detail.
crown and sash, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just what a cool story. And I thought also when you are out in like the desert and you're wearing those cowgirl hat with the feathers. Tell our audience about that hat.
Yeah. Okay. So the hat is a resistol hat. People are always like, what are you saying in that line? I'm saying in the chorus, don't be jealous of my resistol. And so I'm paying homage to the, resistol, the cowboy hat
Mm-hmm.
and the maker, the brand. But so this is actually a headpiece that fits over cowboy hats. And I designed it. And my friend Dominique Gallagher helped me construct it and also help with the design, of course. But yeah, it was an idea I'd had for a long time. I'm like, country couture. Okay, what does that mean to me? And it was really being able to take what is country to most and make it couture, adding elements of high fashion to what some may seem just like an average cowboy hat, or
Mm-hmm.
a pair of jeans or a pair of boots. Like there's always something extra. I want to kind of take it to the next level of what it could be. So yes, I'm so proud of that headpiece. It fits right over the crown of the hat. It's not fastened or secured in any way. It just stays. It's
It's
fits perfectly
beautiful.
over that crown. So really what we want to do is to be able to customize these for, you know, uh, my audience that sees this and goes, oh, I really want one of those. So be able to have that customized for sale
Oh
would be
yeah, you'll
a dream.
it's a one of a kind couture piece. The
Thank you
detail,
so much for that.
oh,
I
and
cannot
it's the
believe you're saying
truth.
that.
It's the truth.
Girl, that is so nice.
Yeah, and I think we should just kick off the show and play a snippet without
I
having
love
our
it.
audience wait another minute to hear Callie Tucker new single Country Couture. Here we go.
They call me Boots Good and Barbie, hometown hottie. Got a taste for all the finer things. Did you know I was a beauty queen? Been living the high life, buying what I like. Turning on my dozen big high heels, but if it did, I get a real good deal. Hit on Levi jeans, they should put me in a magazine. Don't be jealous of my visa style. I'm still the same as I was. Hands up in my pickup truck. Didn't really even cost them much. And even though I'm not Christian Dior, deep down I'm confident.
love that song, Kelly.
Thank you so much. I love it too. It's so much fun. It's such a summer jam
It
bop,
is. It
Like,
is.
I just wanted people to feel a little carefree with it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wear
Well,
what I want.
yeah, you go. So,
Whatever that means to
yeah.
you, you know?
So, Kelly, we're going to switch gears a little bit and we're going to talk about how you were born and raised on country music. And you were born in a musical
Yeah,
family. And
I was.
I want to talk about the two very strong women that were leading the way in your life of country music and more. First, your mom, singer songwriter LaCosta Tucker, and second, your aunt, legendary country singer Tanya Tucker. And like I said, they're strong women. You're a strong woman. What did you learn from both of them that has helped you to become the performer that you are today?
Great question. I'm very proud of where I come from. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I really love the fact that I've come from such an incredible lineage of women that are strong and have made such a great impact in country music. It's an absolute honor. They've taught me to be a great performer. If I'm going to really just narrow it down, like, they're very fearless women, especially when it comes to being on stage and, like, how you just completely leave it out on the table. You know what I mean? You go out there with no fear, no
Mhm.
inhibitions, don't care what anybody thinks, and you connect with your fans really, really deeply. You're not just going to sing songs and get applauses from them. Like, you're there to connect with them on a deeper level, and that's how I always really felt.
Mhm.
Um, and something that I saw from them. And another thing, my aunt and my mom, they're so funny. They're so funny. Like, oh, they're if you've ever, my mom hasn't performed live in years, but she's a hoot. And I wish I had, I've got some interviews that she's done with Pop Goes Country, and she's super funny. And then all the years that I've seen my aunt perform, she's hilarious. Like, I want to make like, I've always wanted to incorporate like a big chunk of comedy to my shows, and that takes a level of fearlessness and self-deprecating humor that maybe not everybody's comfortable with, but we love it. We absolutely love it. We're not afraid to make fun of ourselves. We don't think we're anything special. We're just here to have a good time with you guys, So I've learned a lot from them, but I think it's just being completely fearless on stage, being a great performer, and also not taking yourself too seriously. So
Well,
yeah.
that's well said, and thank you for sharing that because you know, you've had an extraordinary life in that regard. And I was looking at,
I have, yeah.
yeah, I was looking at one of these old videos that you had posted on social media. It's you and your older brother. I think you were maybe 5, he was 7. He looked so cute. He had like on a little striped overalls with a little hat and his guitar
Oh
strapped on.
gosh,
Yeah,
yes.
and he has it around his neck. And
That's
you're
for the
there.
Jimmy Rogers
Yeah,
Festival.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're standing next to your mom, and you're so cute with a little red bow in your hair, and your mom's standing
Yep.
next to you. She had just finished singing, and you guys are on stage, and I'm looking at this, and I'm going, look at this little girl. She has no idea standing there with her
Right.
mom and her brother that she is going to become a
Oh,
singer, songwriter, a performer in Las Vegas, and has a career in store as and will surpass what she has seen and has vision for herself. And what is it like looking at these old videos and recollections of you on stage and on the road?
it is definitely surreal. It's like, is that me? Like, is that
Yeah.
really me? I have these beautiful but yet vague memories of being on the road with them during that time. Like, I really do. I remember, kind of hard to believe that I would, but there's just, yeah, I remember being hooked, totally hooked with, like, I want to do this. What is this? And it really had nothing to do with, like, I love to sing and I like to perform or write songs. It had nothing to do with that. It was the energy from the crowd and from, maybe it's the lights and this, I don't know, but it was like, this is really fun. I really want to do this. And I just kind of just started honing the craft of whatever that meant to me. Okay, singing songs every time. My mom, anytime she got an opportunity to tell somebody, oh, my daughter sings, and get me, on the soapbox, and right there and start singing a song, like she would. And thank God she did, because now, I'm doing what I'm doing. But now I really had no idea that life does not care about your plans. It just does not. So and sometimes, and most of the time it's for your own good. So I had no idea I would ever end up in Vegas. Had no idea I would ever really be doing what I consider pop country, alternative country, new age country. So but all my experiences landed me in to where I'm at. So yeah, I really had no idea that my life was going to end up where it is now, and I'm so grateful. And it's not lost on me that I get to perform 6 nights a week in Las Vegas at some of the most incredible venues, and work with my insanely talented producer Gahara PK Degadenzi and my co-writer Trisha Batani. Like it all kind of makes sense that my life has turned the way it has. It's made me better for it. So now with releasing these singles, it's just it's amplified everything. I'm a better performer for it, and yeah, and I'm so proud to be finally releasing original material
Yeah.
after all these years.
Yeah. I want our audience to walk away with an understanding of you as well, that you are hardworking. I mean, yes,
Thank
you've
you.
come from a family that
Right.
was musical, and I want to give our audience just a little taste when I say hardworking from when you were at a younger age. But you accomplished, you were crowned, like we talked about, Miss Teen USA in 2000, and you traveled the country. You worked at Dollywood and you performed.
Hmm.
And when I was reading about that, that was pretty grueling, from what I'm
Yeah.
understanding. And
Yes.
that was a job. That was hard work, and you did it. You also
Oh.
competed on the hit show The Voice on season 6. You
Yes.
collaborated and released two separate singles with two separate artists. And you released then a 6-song EP, and I loved your Christmas album that you released as
Well,
well. So with the holidays coming up, everyone who's listening to this, you have to check out Kelly Tucker's Christmas album. I thought it was just beautifully done. So
girl,
these
you're so sweet.
so
Thank you. God, so
well,
old.
but I mean, this is hard work, Kelly. I mean,
Yeah.
what motivates you? How, and you're no nonsense. You're not like just, well, one time you worked hard. It's consistent.
Yes, it is. And you know what? I'm adopting you because you're like my favorite person right now. Like,
It's all the
I
truth.
just, it's so sweet and it's so nice to have somebody that I don't know, recognize all that. It's so nice because I do think a lot of people are like, oh, you only, your show's only 3 hours. How is that? I'm like, wait a minute, what? My show is 6 nights a week, 3 hours a night. Do you think Taylor Swift or Beyonce does that?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and there's so much prep work and there's so much absolute perseverance and dedication that goes into, and not really having a life because you've got to prep every day to make sure your voice is ready and, all this stuff. So, listen, I always knew that this is what I wanted to do and there was nothing going to stop me. And I had a lot of people tell me that it couldn't be done or I couldn't, I love proving people wrong. It's my favorite thing to
Yeah.
do. And I knew I had like, a big, big shoes to fill and a big path that I was taking on, but I never once doubted myself. I never once really thought that, no, this isn't, oh, I'm not good enough. No, I knew I could get better. I can always get better.
Right.
Maybe I'm never going to be good enough, but I believed in myself. That's all it was. And it was very difficult. And I didn't take any shortcuts and I didn't take any handouts from my family. And there's a lot of honor in that. And I feel really good that I've come so far and, they love me and they support me. But at the end of the day, like everything that I'm churning out, everything that I'm doing is on my own. Financially, I'm supporting myself in all of these projects and all the creative stuff while still, paying a mortgage, like living normal life stuff. So, I'm just really happy that I'm finally in a place after, all the grinds. Like when I first moved to Vegas, by the way, I had probably $1,000 in my pocket, and I found an apartment sight unseen that was 400 square feet. I slept on an air mattress for about 3 months. And then when that thing went out, I slept on my clothes for a while. Like, I roughed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was never like an easy thing. It wasn't an easy decision, but
Right.
I knew I couldn't work for anybody else but myself, and that this was my path. And even when I was a kid in school, I was like, I don't care about school. I just want to be a singer. I just always knew this is what I was going to do, and how I was going to do it. I had no idea, but I kept following the path, of walking through doors that would open for opportunities. And thank you, because sometimes I forget all the cool things I've done
Yeah.
and how I got to where I'm at. I'm like, thanks for reminding me, because yeah, it's been a lot.
Oh,
It's been a
yeah.
beautiful journey, and I'm very grateful and proud of myself. And
Yeah. And that's
that's
why
sometimes,
that's why I wanted to mention it, because
thank
it
you.
shows your character. You're absolutely beautiful. You're stunning. You're talented, but you are a hard worker. And I admire that. And women that work hard and accomplish all the things that they've
Yeah,
set out to do, and you are doing it, and I'm
I
so
love
happy.
you.
Oh, it's the
Thank
truth.
you.
It
You are too. Look
Well,
at you.
thank you.
You one day you were like, I'm gonna start doing this, and what'd you do? You did
Exactly.
it.
I did.
You
And
know, it just
aw,
You know what I love? Can I tell you this story real quick?
of
So
course.
country couture, like I said, just a little phrase I used to say. Nothing, nothing big, but how tiny that seed was. And then I decided to come out to Nashville and do just a little bit of decompressing and writing, like take a break from Vegas for like 8 months. I sit outside one beautiful summer day, and my mom makes me this sweet lunch with some unsweet iced tea, very southern. And I sit down and I start writing country couture. And okay, that seed grew into a sprout, and then once I figured out, I was like, I really got something cute here, really, really good. And then I took it to my producer, and then we made it into a real song, like just the full production. Okay, now the sprout has got stems and there's a bud on it. I'm doing flower metaphor, and then when the song is completed, mixed and mastered, then I create this incredible music video. And I say incredible because I'm telling you, it was an unbelievable experience. And if I could make music videos every day, I would. I loved it so much. I have such a clear vision of what I want for most things in my life, but this was like extra, and everybody just they let me like, there was no pushing back. They knew that I knew what I was talking about, and it just turned out so beautiful. And so such a small seed became such a beautiful flower, of an idea. And that's just how it goes. And I encourage all my followers and all my friends, and I try to lead by example in a lot of ways in my life. But it's just really important. Like, it feels like the big picture feels so big and heavy at the time, but just start with a seed, baby,
Yeah.
and it'll grow. It'll
Yeah.
grow. Just
Yeah.
nurture it.
Yeah.
Believe in it.
Yeah.
You know,
And
as cheesy as all that
it's
sounds,
not
it's the
cheesy.
truth.
It's not cheesy. And let me just tell you, I love how you're describing the little seed. And I wear every day, and I never take it off. I have a mustard seed necklace. And
No.
yes, and the mustard seed has many,
Mm-hmm.
meanings to it. But the mustard seed is the smallest seed, and it
Yeah.
grows the strongest tree on
Yep.
earth. And
The
in
strength of a mustard seed.
yes, and when you're describing, and I'm thinking to myself, this was your single that you put out, and it is strong, and it's beautiful story. I'm so glad you shared that with all of us.
Well, I'm glad to be asked these kind of questions, because it means a lot to be able to dive a little deeper and, like, how do you really feel about this? What was the experience like? It's just so much more than just, hey, we're gonna shoot a music video for a song you wrote. It's just so much deeper than that,
Oh yeah, oh definitely. So why don't we switch gears and let's play the snippet of the song you just released a few weeks ago, Urban Cowboy. And when we come back, we're going to talk about that as well as the video you're working on. And let's not wait another second longer.
Yes.
Urban Cowboy by Cali Tucker. Here we go.
Heard about the dust that settles in the fields and leaves tracks on the rims of wagon wheels. You know he's been around, but never
I love that, Kelly. Tell us about that song.
Oh my gosh, that song is so special to me, you guys. So, um, my co-writer and my producer, we all wrote it during quarantine, 2020,
Mm.
and it was the first of these series of songs. So I'm releasing three singles all within a year, and it was the first that we wrote. And I was like, this. It was the turning point because we'd written a bunch of songs that were great and great for potential sync opportunities. But for me, releasing my this new sound, my new evolution of who I am, like, what did that sound like? So they came to the house. We were all very safe, and we secluded ourselves and wrote this song, and it was magic. I don't know how else to describe it. And it was almost like there was so much pent up like lyrics in my head then, and I'd come to my co-writer Trish, and I was like, it just hit me like urban cowboy. And I knew in that moment I was like, I want to write a fairy tale, a new fairy tale, something that no one's ever heard of. And the urban cowboy is an urban myth, it's an urban legend, but I also wanted to incorporate urban beats, this 808, this pop sound, this urban sound. So it all just kind of like made so much sense. And then when we started actually writing the lyrics, I feel like God channeled the lyrics through me. I honestly, sometimes I go, oh, I need to take some credit for this, but honestly, God did it all, because I sat in the chair outside and I started, I was listening to the track, that PK, my producer, had created. I was like, we'd already done the hums that, and immediately I just came up with a line. Heard about the dust that settles in the fields and leaves tracks on the rims of wagon wheels. He's been around, but never has been found. They say he's just a fairy tale. Oh my God. And I was like, what? That's crazy. And it just flowed. It was one of the most seamlessly flowing writing, moments of my life, writing that song. I'm a very delusional person. Like, I live in a fairy tale land. Like, anything is possible. Everything is possible. Love is possible. And at that time, like 2020, I mean, I've been single for 10 years and I still did not give up hope on finding love. I just didn't. I knew he was out there somewhere lurking around. And that's just the kind of person I am. I believe in it so much, and I wanted to, like I said, write a fairy tale about how that looked for me. Yeah, the urban cowboy, and he exists for everybody. And the thing is too, is like, it's not just for girls, obviously we're always searching for our urban cowboy, we're looking for him, but I wanted the men to also want to be the urban cowboy. I wanted them to, like,
Yes.
do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I don't
Uh-huh.
want to just, I don't, and another thing, I got truly sick of, like, all these songs being men bashing and hating. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I
Right.
don't like, I want to encourage the guys to be better, and I want them to want to be better, and to, find their princess, find their urban cowgirl.
Yes.
So it really went both ways. My heart really was in, like, a place of love for both, both sides,
Yeah.
and but yeah, and then the video, once I wrote the song, I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what the video should be like. And it really, we've already filmed it. It's already been edited. It actually gets released on a UK-based web media outlet, excuse me, next Wednesday, October 2nd.
Oh, I can't wait to
And
see it.
it is definitely a romantic comedy. And I don't know if it's been first of its kind, but it is sweet. It's hilarious. It includes my mom's in all my videos, by the way.
That's so
My mom,
cool.
yeah, yeah, she is in every single one of my videos, and she's in this one, and also my niece Adeline, and it was just so neat to incorporate my family. Like, do
It
you know how special that is?
is.
I'll have that forever.
Yeah, and
I get to
you're
see them
carrying
forever,
on
and
that tradition now. Your
I
niece,
know.
there's three generations on screen of a strong, well, your obviously your niece is young, but
Yeah, three
three
generations for sure.
generations of women and in the Tucker household.
Yeah.
And that's very cool.
Oh, it's a dream come true. Absolute dream. And so yeah, I'm super excited for people to see this. It is quite a story. And what I'm really excited about too is I'm going to create a children's book based off of this fairy tale. And
Oh,
I'm
that's
good.
perfect.
I know I'm gonna write it with my mom, and it'll be super cute. I
Oh,
can't wait.
oh, I'll buy it for my grandkids. I swear. I
Oh, I'll
can't
send you a
wait.
copy. I'll send you a
Oh
copy. Don't
well,
worry.
this
I
is
did, yeah.
yeah, this is great, Callie, and I want to wind things down and find out from you where can our listeners and your fans find you on social media or hear about your new projects? Why don't you go ahead and
Yes.
give us the
Well,
info?
I make it pretty simple. If you're an Instagram person, my Instagram is Cali Tucker Music. That's Cali. If you're a TikTok, then it's going to be just Cali Tucker. And the easiest way is to just go to my website, calitucker.com, and scroll to the bottom and subscribe. And you also have links to my social media, all of them. And then you can also like subscribe to my website to have if you're in the Vegas area, or if I'm playing in your town locally, you get updates on that. Click dates and see where I'm playing at, and come see me.
Well,
So
nice.
yeah.
And I encourage everyone listening to download Callie Tucker's music and add it to your music collection. And again, we wish you all the success in the world. You're doing it your way, and no one's going to stop you or hold you
No,
back.
baby.
And thanks
You know it.
again. And Kelly, like I
Thank
always say
you.
when I close the show, Kelly, that's a wrap.
That is a wrap, girl. Thank you so much for having me, and we're gonna be friends forever.
Aw, thank you.
They call me Boots Good and Barbie, hometown hottie. Got a taste for all the finer things. Did you know I was a beauty queen? Been living the high life, buying what I like, turning on my dozen big high heels. But if it